we like when we gather in such kind of conference. Yeah, we gather in, there is echo. Is that okay now? Yeah, maybe you can. Yeah, when we gather in conferences like this one to talk about impact, and we usually go tactical. Tactical means that we look at the projects and we say, well, during the last 10 years, we've been implementing 1, 2, 3 projects in such area. Measuring impact for a specific country, actually, if the intervention is only in one country, could be easy, actually, because let's assume we've been implementing homegrown solution, and Mr. Nakamura have shown the results that we are getting from the homegrown solution for the last 3 years. Around 3 million people were served, let's say like that. $45 million raised in terms of capital equity for businesses. We've built as well capacity of those businesses. We made them actually better so they can access much easily actually to financing. But the fundamental question actually that one should ask when we work for an organization like ODANEPAD is, are we looking for tactical impact, or are we looking for, I would say, structural impact? Structural impact that if they are there, we don't need to come back again to this area. So, with all the work we are doing with ODANEPAD and JICA and most of the other organizations so far, I think, with due respect to ODANEPAD, of course, but also to our partners, it's very hard to say today that the structural impact is visible. And there is a fundamental reason to that. Why? We usually rush to address issues that are arising from emergency. And a good example is the homegrown solution. We developed the homegrown solution with JICA, thanks actually to JICA, because we were going through a pandemic and we realized that, well, when there is a pandemic, we have serious problem in access, let's say, to medicine, access to health solutions. Therefore, let's reflect and bring a solution on the table, which is very good, I think. But at the same time, because we were constrained by the pandemic, I think we did not push the reflection and the research in a way that maybe the solution that we would implement will not just have to resolve the emergency that we are facing, but also can contribute to significantly transform the economic landscape, of the areas where we are intervening. That's the first thing. Now, we also need to be mindful of some of the areas in which we've been working quite, I would say, deeply engaged actually with JICA, like the PIDA. And the PIDA is meant to have a structural impact on the continent, basically through not necessarily the construction of infrastructure, no, but through the philosophy behind that, which is the integrated corridor development approach. And Mr. Nakamura presented very well through the 3 examples of corridor that actually we are managing with JICA, namely the West Africa Growth Ring, but also the Northern Corridor, actually in East Africa, and the Nakala Corridor. Those corridors are pretty much deriving from the philosophy behind the PIA. Now, Of course, we believe that pushing and implementing PIDA would have not only lasting impact, but would really contribute to transform the way we are operating our economies within the continent. That one, I think it's very early now to say that we are seeing impact because we are really in the process of moving that. However, it is still possible to appreciate the journey, what we have gotten from this journey, especially in terms of how do we plan together, that's number one. How do we engage partners together? How are we trying to bring private sector actually in the process together, and how are we trying to convince governments to move, toward this direction of being much more integrated even in the way they manage infrastructure projects. That's the impact that you can see. But the impact on the population, I think it's very early actually to judge. And lastly, let me finish on the last one. I think, let me go back again to the homegrown solution or to the Kaizen. And that's on a positive note, because while we are looking, when we talk about impact, we are looking for the tactical impact, visible impact. There is one impact which is quite interesting, but that we usually don't see, is the way we are helping people to change the working method. And this is where actually initiative like Kaizen come on board. And this is very important. The way we are helping as well businesses do at the very individual level to change the way they are operating. For instance, we at World Impact we say that most of the time African micro, small and medium enterprises don't have access to financing, not because of the weakness of the financial system itself, but because they are not well organized. So through this kind of intervention, we are showing to businesses that, well, you need to organize yourself to become better, so you reduce your risk profile, and you can